Hey everybody, it's Dan with Pain for You. Today's topic is going to be something I've heard several times in the past week, is people asking me, Dan, but the pain is so bad when I go to bed and it keeps me up at night and the insomnia is really making things 10 times worse, so what do I do? So let me give this a shot and see what I can do. Before I do that, I'm just going to take a couple of nice relaxing breaths as we normally do, just to kind of get ourselves settled, nice and calm, slow down our thinking. Breathe out the noise and the static. Breathe in the confidence. Breathe out the fear. All right. So, I've gotten several people hitting me up this week about it hurts so bad I can't sleep, the insomnia is making it so much worse, or the sensations, because not everybody's got pain. Some other people have some other kind of strange symptoms. So here's my take on that. Somewhat, I think my first response is that it is a conditioned response, and I'm sure you can hear it. Jackass back there is working with a circular saw right when I gotta shoot videos. Thank you, neighbor. So my take is that it's a conditioned response, meaning we've had a couple of bad nights sleep, a couple of bad nights of pain, and then we expect it. And then all day long we're worried about, oh no, I'm so tired, I hope I can get to sleep tonight, I hope the pain isn't so bad. And it really starts to become a conditioned response. And I don't know if you guys recall, I did a video called Predictive Coding, and also on the nocebo. So if you expect something to hurt or to keep you up at night, the likelihood that it's going to keep you up at night is so much more increased, right? So the nocebo is, if you expect something to be bad for you, it will be, right? If you expect to hurt, you'll hurt. If you expect to be, getting hit with a lot of pain at night when you go to bed, you probably will. If you expect to be kept up at night, you probably will. So expectations are really huge. And I apologize for this guy. Hopefully this isn't too disturbing for you. Or hopefully it doesn't bother you as much as it's bothering me. But yeah, if you expect to hurt at night, you're more likely to. So what do we do about that? Well, you can basically start to notice when you are worried about your evening, right? And some people worry about it all day long because they're feeling tired and they're just dreading going to bed because they know they're going to be staring at the ceiling. Oh, here we go again, right? So what can you do? Affirmations, afformations. How do I know I'm going to get a great night's sleep? How come I know this is just temporary? This isn't a big deal. It's just TMS. Try to create in your mind and in your heart the feeling that my bed is my safe haven. That's where I'm most safe. Wrapped in my nice warm blankets, nice soft pillow. I can breathe, relax, practice some gratitude, and drift off to sleep peacefully and easily. And I know people are going to say, yeah, but Dan, that's not realistic. That's not what happens. When I lay down to bed, boy, the pain's screaming. I understand that. And we tend to get what we expect to get. So throughout the day, and particularly as you're getting ready for bed, go to bed with positive expectations. It's going to be a great night's sleep, the first one in a long time. And look, if you get into bed and your pain is kind of kicking you, and you feel like, oh dear Lord, I'm not going to be able to get to sleep, you're playing along with the pain. And what I would encourage you to do is choose your reaction. You hear me say that all the time with a lot of this stuff. Instead of laying there freaking out and pissed off and bitching that your pain is really bad again, like you expected it to be, oh, here we go again, here's another sleepless night. It's 10 o'clock at night. And you're saying, oh, here we go again, another sleepless night. you're predicting that you won't be able to fall asleep. Now the opposite of that would be to lay down, and if the pain hits you, you can choose your response. You can go, okay, I see you, I notice you. I know you're there. You're just my overprotective brain trying to protect me, trying to keep me safe, but I am safe. Look, I'm good. I'm laying in bed. Nothing's happening. And then ask the pain. Off you go. And do what you can to kind of focus on gratitude and safety and comfort and peace. Because I can guarantee you, if you climb into bed and the pain hits and you freak out and get angry and just catastrophize about yet another sleepless night, and you just got into bed, you're going to be staring at the ceiling. Why? Because when you react with anger or fear, what happens in your body? Stress response. What happens with that? Fight or flight. Adrenaline, cortisol. These things are not very conducive to sleep. So the more you can choose a response that will soothe you and calm you down, that's going to be really helpful. Go to gratitude, because you can't be pissed off at your pain and be going through your gratitude list at the same time, right? We really can't think about two things at once. We can jump back and forth, but we really can't jump back, or we can't do two things at once. So think about gratitude. Think about some happy moments in your day, in your life. Try to bring up those memories. Doesn't matter what it is. But anything you can do to kind of turn off the danger signals in your brain and reassure yourself that sleep is one of the best times. Bedtime is one of the best times because you don't have to move. You can just lay there and you can relax. So that's my recommendation for how to tackle it, is to try to build positive expectations anytime you think about it. Kind of reassure yourself it's going to be okay. And when you get in bed, kind of focus on the gratitude and ease of how comfortable you are. And even though the pain is screaming at you or biting you or poking you or whatever it's doing, the symptoms are really bothering you, just remind yourself it's just TMS, it's temporary, I got this. And brain, look, I know you're trying to keep me safe and protect me from these emotions. Or just say, I know these are just learned neural pathways and they're not important, so I'm going to shift my focus away from them to gratitude so you can let go. And I know that sounds kind of silly, especially when you're feeling these symptoms pretty strongly, but you'd be surprised. The brain will get the message. When you don't focus on the pain and you don't react to it with fear and anger and sadness and despair, the brain goes, this distraction, I guess I don't need it, because they seem pretty good, they're safe. Now look, some people will sleep pretty comfortably, but then come the morning, they will wake up and the pain will be there to kick them in the butt. And other people will, as they get closer to bedtime, their symptoms will kind of ease up a little bit. My take on that is that in that scenario, if you wake up with a lot of pain, there's a certain amount of fear and danger signals going on in your subconscious that says, holy crap, how bad is today going to be? And as a result, you wake up and there's the pain. Why? Because pain elevates with increased danger signals. And then as you get closer and closer to bed, sometimes the pain can ease and settle down. Why is that? Whew, I made it through the day. Thank God I get to go to bed and sleep peacefully. Now the people who have problems sleeping because of the pain, you would probably rather have the other. But in either case, it's all just a matter of not reacting in a very strong way to the symptoms. I did a video a while back, can I get mad at the pain? Sure, if you want, but I don't believe that's helpful, because when you are angry and resisting and fighting the pain, what are you doing? Are you telling your brain you're safe or that you're in danger? Because generally we don't get mad at and get fearful of things that are safe. And so anything you can do to soothe yourself, convince yourself, talk to your brain, yes, I'm fine, it's just TMS, it's temporary, I'm going to be able to sleep well tonight. Or in the morning, if you're the type who wakes up with the pain, just says, hey, I don't care if I hurt or not. bring it on if you need to, Mr. Subconscious, but I'm not worried about it. I've survived all these bad days already. My track record for surviving a bad day is 100%. And if there's pain today, I'll survive today too. And shift your focus to gratitude, having fun, purpose, joy, meaning, connection with others. And I know people go, but Dan, how am I supposed to do that when it hurts so bad? I get it. Been there, done that, right? And I can tell you from experience, over a decade worth of pain, 13 years, freaking out never got me better. And when I finally realized it wasn't worth my attention, and I just said, screw it, I'm going to live my life anyway. And I did that consistently, and I soothed myself and reassured myself. The pain kind of let go. So, if pain is keeping you up at night, there's a concept called afformations. An affirmation is, I'm going to sleep great tonight. And your brain goes, bullshit. Right? So here's this. An affirmation is an empowering question. Why do I know I'm going to sleep great tonight? How come it's so easy to fall asleep? Those are affirmations. And the reason they work is because the brain works by answering questions that we pose to it. So you can simply say, why do I know I'm going to have a great night's sleep tonight? Right? And the brain will look for reasons. One of the reasons might be because I've been sleeping well all my life. The fact that I've been unable to sleep well for a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple months, I know how to sleep. I know how to have a good night's sleep. And this TMS, it's temporary, guys. I know it feels like it's forever, and even though you've had it for a while, I know it feels like it's permanent, but trust me, it's not. Because if I can get rid of it after 13 years, you can get rid of it after however long you've had your symptoms or pains. So hopefully this helped the couple of folks who were asking me about having a tough night's sleep. And I did want to touch on the people who wake up with pain. As to why I see that happening, it's because at the end of the night, those people are saying, thank God I made it through another day, and the pain eases up. They sleep pretty well. Other people, for whatever reason, they've had a couple bad nights sleep and they expect it and it's there. And sometimes, we're busy during the day and we're engaged in life and we've got kids or a spouse or work or whatever, and we're fairly well engaged. But then when things quiet down in our lives and people go to bed and we climb into bed ourselves, we're kind of left with our thoughts. And those thoughts can oftentimes turn on the danger signals that go, dear Lord, I'm going to have a bad night's sleep. Danger. This pain's going to really keep me up tonight. Danger. And what do you think you're doing? You're literally turning it on. So, expectations, mindset, choosing your response, not reacting with fear and anger if you do feel the pain at night. Remind yourself you're well. Reassure yourself it's okay. Shift your attention to gratitude. Shift your attention to, remembering the 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years that you've been able to fall asleep pretty easily. You know how to do it. And so that focusing on fearing and being anxious about the pain and catastrophizing at 9 p.m. that, oh my God, here comes another sleepless night, is only going to open your eyes wider, pump the adrenaline and cortisol, and pretty much ensure that you're not going to be able to fall asleep easily. So I know it's tough. I know it's painful. I know the symptoms are very, very distracting. But I will say that I think these things will be more helpful than perhaps what your current approach is, which may be, I'm not saying it is, but may be fear, focus, anxiety, freak out, anger. Those things don't help. I know because I had some sleepless nights. Not a lot, I was blessed. But I certainly had the opposite, which was waking up in the morning with pain because, oh no, here we go again. How bad's today going to be? So hopefully this gave you some things to think about, maybe a couple of techniques to try if you were one of those who cannot sleep well at night. And I don't know. I guess that's pretty much it. We'll talk to you guys and gals soon. Love you.